Hi, my name is Newell Davis with World Composting, and today we're going to take a look at our urban worm bag that has the African Nightcrawlers in it. Now, I've been trying to get to these a little bit more frequently, but I put it off because of the fact we had a couple cold days here where it was really below freezing and my basement got a little bit cold. I didn't want to add any food to it at that time. Now we're starting to warm back up a little bit as we get more towards the spring, which we're in, and hopefully into the summer we'll really see this bin take off, or this bag system. Now with that, we're going to add food this time. We're going to add some of the output from our food cycler that I have, and of course we're going to add our water and more bedding material. Now with that, I'm also going to add probably some crushed eggshell this time, crab and eggshell, because I probably haven't been putting a lot in the system, and I haven't been crushing a lot of eggshells in the food cycler that I have, so they probably need that grit that they need to really grind this food up. So with that, let's go take a look at our system. Let's see how it's doing, and hopefully we'll find some live worms in there, and hopefully it's been moist enough. I haven't added any water either because of how cold it's been. So it's been about, I want to say 50 days since I last checked on it. Maybe 40 days, 40 to 50 days since I last looked at it. So with that, let's take a look at the system and see how it's doing. All right, here is our urban worm bag. Let's go ahead and open this up. Let's see how we look in here. As I said, it's been a while. Hopefully the worms are doing well, but we'll see how dry this system is. So first off, you can see it's sunken in the middle here maybe a little bit, but you can see hopefully it's sunken in. And that happens a lot of times, especially as I feed the middle, and that tends to be the most moist section, so that gets fed the most and also gets consumed the most. So let's go ahead and roll this back a little bit, roll this paper back, and let's just see what we've got in here. All right, first off, already found, can't really see them with all the stuff, but there is the first worm in here. Not looking real healthy, a little bit too dry in here. They're probably looking for moisture. But we're seeing some more worms. Lots of millipedes, which has just been invading the system like crazy. Material, though, looks good. So they're definitely consuming material. You can see, I mean, this was all castings. These are all castings, it looks like now. So you got another worm right there, along with a bunch of millipedes. And by the way, millipedes are not bad. They help break down the system as well. Centipedes are bad. They're the ones that are aggressive and will attack worms and things like that. So we're seeing a couple worms in here. Oh, some more worms over here, it looks like. There's another one. So we've got some worms in here. Let's just dig around the outside real quick now. Let's just see how this looks. Again, material looks really good as they're really working at this material. I'm not seeing a lot of worms, just those few, but they did work at this material. The material all seems gone that we added in here as far as the food. Bedding obviously is still here, so that material has stayed behind. But this material looks great. Let's just dig up the other side a little bit now. Again, look at that. I mean, the material looks fantastic. I mean, this would be ready for a harvest probably. If I needed the material at this moment, I could maybe have taken off the top layer and then put this through a harvester or harvested it from the bottom. I'm not quite ready to do that. I'd like to see a little bit more material in here. We've got, a good 10 inches left between the material and the top of the system, and it's not very compressed, which is good. But I mean, this material though, like really looks good, and it's starting to mix up well. All right, so we found a few worms in here, but you can tell this just looks very, very dry on this material in here. But overall, happy with the system and how it's working. So with that, we're going to jump in a lot of, and actually I'm seeing more worms here on the top. They are moving around a little bit. Again, more millipedes. I see a worm over here, and there's also a worm right over here as well. So, and a worm right here. So there's a lot of worms in here. I was a little bit worried. But what we need to do is we need to add moisture to this system. So I'm going to add, I have my bucket filled with charcoal water here, and I'm going to dump a whole bunch of this in here. We're just going to really saturate this. Charcoal is also pretty good as far as turn it into biochar. This is going to get way down in the system. We can kind of move this around a little bit, get this all mixed in, get it nice and wet. Another worm right there too. Nice and wet. Kind of saturate the system. It's okay if it's a little muddy. It was a little dry before. We're not looking to harvest, so it's okay if it's muddy before we harvest, but when you go to harvest it, you don't want it that way. But right now what we want to do is we want to try to lure any worms up. If I were to dig to the bottom, it might be a little bit moist, so we want to try to lure those worms up. And got some leftover charcoal in there, as you can see. Gonna need some more water. By the way, doing that in this bucket has stained that bucket permanently, I think, black. I don't think we'll be able to ever get that out. This is going to add a whole lot of moisture to this system, which it really needs. It's going to saturate through. As you can see, it's almost like mud now in some areas. It's perfectly fine. I really just want to bring the system back. And I'm hoping that the charcoal that's in there will act as sort of a buffer to maybe keep that moisture in just a little bit longer. All right, now with that, I do need to turn on my sprayer and try to spray off my gloves here a little bit. If I can turn it on. There we go. And again, this is a nice little spray here. If we had a less water that we were adding, I just need to, there we go. Oop. Had the trigger locked. If there was less water that I was adding, I probably would have used this, but this really needed a lot of water. And that's why I used the dumping method instead of spraying it. But now I got to clean off my gloves here. And as I said, hopefully it's going to warm up in here and this is going to get better. So there we go. We added a little bit of water with the sprayer. We just turn that off. All right. Now, what we need to do is we need to add our food. Now, again, I do want to emphasize to people I am wearing these once it comes into focus there, and hopefully you can see it, these 3M N95 masks. I highly recommend when you're working with your worm bins and you're adding stuff that's very powdery or bad for your lungs, such as what I'm about to add here. So I'm going to put my mask on, which is crushed crab and eggshell, which I grind up myself and I have in this little pack, this little can here. When you're adding this stuff into your system, you don't want to be breathing this stuff in, so you want to wear a mask. As I said, I just feel like there's not enough of this in there. This is an important piece for the worms. And since it's wet, it should really soak in. As far as, just, not soak in, but be stuck here. And shouldn't go up into the air either. But that's the first thing we're going to add. Next, I've got some output. Hold on a second here. Again, I still have my mask on. This is output from my food cycler. Food Cycler Eco 5. Highly recommended. I had a couple people actually in my neighborhood buy them based on my recommendation. And so far they like it. So I know they're a little high priced, but they work really well. And considering the fact that I've been freezing all my food scraps, it costs about the same probably compared to having a freezer that's really just for food scraps now that my first son is off at college. Not quite as much food that we store in it. All right, now I do need to wet this down. And just a reminder, we found out the first time I added this stuff in here, it didn't cover it. This stuff grows mold like crazy. So you got to make sure you cover this up. That sounds like my sprayer's almost empty of water here, but that's enough. Because we are going to add something else to this. We're going to add some actual frozen food. Now that we have that there, I've got this big tub of frozen food. I'm trying to empty out my freezer. This has a variety of stuff in it. Lots of water too. Looks like we've got maybe some watermelon here. Lettuce, banana, coffee, some tea grounds, carrots. So this is a good mixture of foods in here too. There we go. You can spread that around a little bit. Make sure we empty this out. As I said, I've been trying to empty out my freezer, which has all this food in it, and the food cycler has been fantastic at doing that, rather than having stuff go into a freezer where it costs about the same to run the Vitamix or the food cycler each day than it does the freezer. So with that, we need one more thing. We need paper on top. So I'm going to go ahead and I've got some paper that was pre-soaking. So add some more water to this system. I do have a bin underneath this, by the way, in case it leaks, which has happened before to me, but I really don't think that's going to happen with this. I think there's not enough water in this system. Material's very, very dry. As I said, it's been cold here, which means the humidity drops a lot. So I'm going to have to add some more material than that. So we're going to add some dry material to the top, I think, to this, because it needs more material. So I'm going to grab my, the rest of it's not going to be wet, but we can add some more stuff to help cover everything in here. And it's perfectly fine to have some dry bedding on the top here. As the moisture moves around, it'll get up there and it'll soak it as well. But again, I've got a big bag here, by the way. I've got a big bag of dry material to add. I keep it always ready to go because you never know when the worm bins are going to need it. So all pre-shredded, ready to go. By the way, if you guys don't have a shredder and you're into this, and you're doing these massive systems, I highly recommend getting a shredder. I have a Royal shredder, which is oilless, I think. And it's been going for, I think, like 7 years or 8 years now. I think it's a 16 sheet capacity. I don't think they sell it anymore, but I highly recommend getting a shredder. Just makes everything a lot easier. All right, now there we go. Got a huge amount of paper on the top there to cover everything up. So last thing, I think I'm going to just spray this down a little bit more with whatever's left in my sprayer here. Might not be much, but just spray the top down. Just to kind of moisten it just a little bit more at the end here. And I will say the sprayer has also really helped me here. I kind of held off getting one of these for a while, and I wish I didn't. But there we go. So just a little bit of moisture on the top just to wet it down. We've got food. We've got leavings from our Food Cycler Eco 5, and then we've got our crushed crab and eggshell in here, along with a fresh layer of bedding on top. Now this should be ready to sit for another good couple weeks, and then we'll come back and take a look. Hopefully we're going to see a huge amount of worms in the center here as they migrate up from the wetter areas, probably towards the bottom, towards that wet area now on the top. So with that, thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below and let me know. Always like saying hi to people, and I try to respond to all those comments, by the way. Man, the zipper got stuck here. There we go. All right. All right, with that, again, thank you for watching.